A visit to the National Institute for Freshwater Fisheries Research in Kainji, Niger State, revealed that a lot of research has been done with a view to commercializing fishing activities on a grand scale.
We are able to institute a management practice for fisheries on the lake. That is fisheries practice on the lake, whereby we tried to prohibit fishing with obnoxious fishing method. Whereby you catch fishes that are very young, using nets that are not approved, just an inch mesh size, So I remember in collaboration with Niger State government, we went on campaign tour using what we call community mobilization approach. If I'm wrong, please, yes. And we had to even use the emirs in the area, the emir of Kanji, the emir of Bogu, the emir of Yauri, and the emir of Kutangora. We use these people as a mobilizing agent, and we use them to speak to the community, to tell them and preach to them that they should please use recognized mesh sizes, which is 3 inch, isn't it, and above, because most of them will use 1 inch mesh sizes. And you know what that means? Once they cast their net, it crops anything, any living, even dead or living, around that place. So this method was used to an advantage. And it led to because of our relationship, it led to a promulgation of a decree for Niger State prohibiting the use of illegal mesh sizes. And this led to the classification of a lot of these mesh sizes around the lake. I'm sure you still have some of them. I've gone to this length to tell you this, to show that that is the importance the Niger State government has attached to fisheries in the region or in the state, and this yielded a lot of projects. When we were managing this project as a research setup, I know a lot of revenue came to the state government, through that period. And also, we have worked on livelihood with Niger State government. That is what the people do. We have looked at the gender role in fisheries around this place. Women fishing, how can we mobilize them, so on and so forth.
No doubt, research is very important. It facilitates the process of improving goods and services. But the business angle, which is equally important, is an entirely different process that has to be handled by those who have the expertise. That is where the consultants of ASICO House of Foods come in, by trying to help those in the fish business in Nigeria replicate ASICO's success in the United Kingdom and parts of the European Union.
We are here to add value to fish processing because we understand there are a lot of fish in Nigeria, and Nigeria is developing a lot regarding the production of fish, and we believe that we can add value to it. And having had contact with the markup industry, we definitely believe we can do a good job in processing and smoked fish and other things with added value to the fish. We believe that it's time for us to bring our own contribution with our own experience to the country. We believe with the will and with the determination, we are ready to advance the development of fish industry. When I say fish industry, is to make sure that we add value to the fish industry, because there's no point in having many fish and you cannot dry it, process it, smoke it, and make sure that you preserve it for the future. As at now, we understand Nigeria is importing fish worth of 1 billion in a year or more. There is need for import substitution to bring wealth into the community and assist the fishermen as well. In view of that, we really want to continue and get on with the industry and make sure we can make it a success.
First stop in the consultants' research into commercializing fish processing in Nigeria was Delta State.
Welcome to Ubia local government and welcome to Delta State, the fish tank.
What we do here is a fish hatchery and a processing plant. We basically add the fish that farmers stock for culturing. Then after the culture, when the fish are gone to the adult, the table size, we'll not collect it from the farmers and process. It would smoke and package for market within and or outside the country.
So how have you been able to put up all these things together?
Yeah, we got the big assistance from BOI, Bank of Industry. We approached them and we sold our idea to them. So they bought it and they financed the project, and they've been helpful in so many ways to us. We've been able to set up, like you say, completed hatchery now, and we've even done the first, we've even had the first batch of which all the products are almost out. Then the fish, the fish processing plant, we've been able to set it up. But now the level of completion now is, I can say 100%, because what is left now just to fix some 1 or 2 doors and the shelf where the fish will be stored.
In the consultants' foray into Niger, Kogi, and the Federal Capital Territory, they met with entrepreneurs involved in fish farming and processing on various scales, but not quite anything near the scale they expected. At Makolo Farms, the team got a tutorial in fish farming Nigerian style. First, the finer points of fish pond construction.
If one is to construct pond, they need to consult experts, especially even maybe the engineers. At times you need to consult an experienced aquaculturist. So an experienced aquaculturist will know the behaviors of the fish, what they need, the kind of environment they can live, then how do they behave. So now some people will just construct pond, like the inlet most of the time must face the outlet, must be in opposite side of the outlet. Some people will just place it anywhere. So most of the time the floor has to be sloped towards the outlet. So some of the people just construct it anyhow. So then at times the floor has to be smooth. The floor. Some people believe that the floor has to be rough or something like that. No, the floor has to be smooth so that anytime the waves are flowing, it will be flow easily. Then, but if the rough is rough, the surface of the floor is somehow rough, it will be harboring jams and the likes. Then likewise, the outlet has to be in a form that it will be flow. The whole water will be able to flow out at a time. Because if the outlet is higher than the floor of the pond, the major problem that will occur is by the time you are reducing evacuating the water. So what will be happening is the sediment will be settled down, while the fresh water that should have been remained with the fish will have flow out first. But what you should do is the outlet should be somehow lower, with that the lowest level of the pond, so that by the time you are flushing it, all the waste will first flow out before the water will be flowing out. So those things have to be considered. Some engineers that they believe in construction, they will tell you that from their own experience that since is something to hold water, so they said the water must not finish in a pond, which is a lie. So what they should do is, because if the outlet is a little bit higher, what will happen is it will be retaining the sediment. So that one will give microorganisms and all the bacteria to break up. But by the time you are flushing it from time to time, anytime you remove the outlet, all the waste will have been concentrated on the outlet. Likewise, the fish will like to move towards the fresh water. So by the time they are performing all the activities, feeding and all others in the outside, all the waste will be moving towards the outlet. So anytime you remove the outlet, the waste will first flow out. So those things need to be considered during the construction.
We've been encouraged to go into the production of tilapia, terebacles, catfish, and you see small households having ponds, both earthen ponds, concrete ponds, and other type of recirculatory around their homes and the farms and the offices and everywhere. And we happen to be one of the pioneers in fish production. We've started in Ekiti State, where we have quite a number of fish ponds, and we've started production of fish there and processing of fish. We don't just want to end in selling live fish, catfish, to those who just want to eat fresh fish. We also try to improve on what our mothers were doing, but we decided not to do it the traditional way. We had value to it by fabricating the equipment. We've succeeded in fabricating an equipment that could do 5 tons of fish in a day, what you are seeing over there. We also have smaller ones. This one is using charcoal as the principal firing element. We have the extractor, we have the chimney, we have the fan, and the small generator we call a pass my neighbor could also actually carry about 3 of these machines we are seeing here, and so it's energy efficient. And we also have the smaller type, as Suleja presently, that could do about 500 kg of fish in a day. We also have another bigger type that could also use elements. So we have about 3-4 different types we have succeeded in fabricating. This could do 5 tons of fish in a day. About 3 years ago, NAFDAC took a fish because they were really surprised seeing fish that we are using machine for. And they said before we could get the NAFDAC number, our fish was taken to their lab and it was there for 6 months in Lagos. And it was after the 6-month period that we were given the NAFDAC number. And we've supplied our fish to some state governments, especially when they're having Christmas and Yuletide functions. And of course, we've received letters of commendation from Ekiti State and some other states and local government functionaries of attesting to the quality of our product. And exactly that is what we are just bringing newly to Abuja and trying to tell people that they could also get good fish, packaged, preserved, without necessarily putting it in your fridge for a period of 8 months to a year, and it's there without having any contamination. Presently, we sell our products in Lagos, in Abuja, in Ekiti, in Kano, and in exports, we've taken our products also to the US, to South Africa about 2 weeks ago, and the reception we are getting from that end is quite commendable, it's quite interesting.
What about certification for your...
We have export certificate for all our products, and we have NAFDAC number for 90% of our products as of today.